So December 5, 2016, a year ago today I did Toad for the first time. That's Bufo Alvarius. And yesterday was my fourth time doing it. And well, on my blog there's and on this channel there's a video about my first experience, I think. Certainly there's an article about it. Okay, so my first experience a year ago today, it was around judgment and a lot of self-love, which leads to love of others and stuff like that. Getting rid of judgment, at least for a while. And I stopped alcohol that day. That day, I just knew somehow deep inside me that alcohol was a barrier between my consciousness and myself, and I just decided to stop. And I knew I wasn't going to drink again, and I knew it wouldn't be an effort or anything. I just knew it was just that's it. That's what's going to happen. And I haven't drunk a drop of alcohol since that day, not one. And I've also stopped other things. So I stopped milk on and off. I realized that milk was bad for me. I mean, it's designed to take a little animal like this big and make it into the animal, the weight of a car. So if you want to lose weight and lose fat and not end up with man boobs, then you need to stop drinking milk. So anyway, I stopped it on and off, and not long ago I just stopped. So I'd already done it 3 times at that point. I stopped for a minute to think, and I just decided, right, that's it. I'm off milk. I just within a minute or two, I just got used to the idea that that's how it's going to be. I just imagined myself what it would be like with milk. Can I, make the effort of getting used to drinking my coffee black and maybe just dilute it a bit, whatever. Yeah, I can. Of course I can. Do I want to get fit? Do I love myself enough to get fit? Yes, I do. So I'm going to have to take the measures. That was one of them. I'm almost completely off meat. I do eat it occasionally. If I buy any sort of meat myself, it's going to be fish. I don't buy red meat. I don't eat chicken. I don't eat chicken because it's bad for your the flora in the gut. And one decision that I took a few weeks ago was I was going to CrossFit sporadically, 3 times a week in theory, but if something came up, I'd end up not going on some other days. And once I went just once in a week. So I'd go between once and three times a week. And I did that for maybe a month, a bit more, something like that. And then I thought, well, do you want to get fit or do you not want to get fit? Do you love yourself enough to get fit, to give yourself that? Or are you just going to fart around and do half measure and just slowly get very, very slowly losing a bit of fat and very, very slowly getting a little bit more muscle? But I mean, do you want this to take years or do you want to get fit quickly? And so I did the same thing as with the milk. I just stopped for a minute or two and got used to the idea of going 5 times a week to CrossFit. Just thought, can I do that? Yeah, I can. Of course I can. Can I get used to going 5 times a week? Yeah. I mean, and so I've been doing that, and this is now my 4th week. So it's been 3 weeks and 1 day so far. And I feel as though I'm on rails, as that's the norm now. It's kind of the same as with alcohol. I would be very, very disappointed with myself if I drank alcohol again one day, even just whatever the excuse might be. Oh, I'm just going to try it or whatever. or just to see if I still like alcohol or whatever, I would be very disappointed. And just the same, I would be very disappointed if I stop doing CrossFit. Now, I've got a challenge coming up because I'm going to Europe, and I'm going to be away for a month, and I don't have a gym to go to. And I know that if I depend upon myself to do the exercise, it's going to be nowhere near as demanding and intense and as useful as when I go to the CrossFit, where I just sweat and suffer and it's hard, and just give it everything. Sometimes anyway. So what else has happened? So I got this conviction, these moments. I have these moments where I get this conviction, this very strong conviction that I can do things. Barriers have fallen down. If you saw the first video or the first article, I think maybe I spoke about this. I had a recurring dream for as long as I can remember, maybe 35, 40 years, something like that, where I could like levitate, just like, half a meter above the ground, and just sitting, I would move along like that. Be kind of flying in a way, but not really flying, but I'd be limited to this very close distance to the ground. And every time I doubted that I could do it, I would just boom, fall back down to the floor. And I can remember it was in the garden where I used to live in North London. I can just see it. I mean, I've had that dream so many times, you have no idea. And when I did Toad the first time, that dream changed into me knowing damn well I can fly, and I was flying up at 10, 20, 30 meters, 40 meters high. I don't know how high, flying around like fucking Superman, just going crazy. And it was an amazing feeling. It was fucking amazing. It was absolutely amazing. For a week after that, I would wake up, like just in that moment when you're no longer quite completely asleep, but you're not quite awake. I would get these visuals. I would get these positive messages telling me you can do everything. I also was listening to subliminal tracks, and I still do this, not every day, but fairly often. And I'm going to do that again tonight. I didn't do it last night. I didn't think to do it, but I'm going to do it again and see if I get this happening again. Definitely, I mean, there's something that happened. Anyway, so my experience yesterday, I got past, I took 3 times consecutively. Never done that before, never done more than one consecutive. I asked to smoke again, and then a little bit more again. I did feel that I was a little bit of being a pain on that 3rd time. The 2nd time was fine, but the 3rd time was maybe pushing it a bit. And I got past that stage where usually I can feel my body vibrating. I'm all light. There are fractals. Everything's white, yellowish, white, whatever. I'm vibrating, feeling fantastic. But I can still kind of feel my body, and my body's very, very tense. Like it doesn't want to let go. And my muscles are just so tense that when I get out of it, all my muscles are hurting. I didn't get that at all this time. I didn't get the feeling that I died, contrary to somebody else who was there with us who said, I just died, like for an eternity. I was dead. And then he found a reason to come back. And he didn't say what that was. I'm guessing maybe his kids or something, I don't know. And he cried, and he was very grateful. That was the first time he did it. We had, out of the 7 people who did it, 5 of us had never done it before. And so it reminded me again of who I am, unconditional love and stuff. And the message was that everything is just a reflection of me. Everything, exists only inside me. I create everything. everything, everybody, how I see things, everything. It's just a reflection of me. It's me creating that. And it sounds completely crazy, but that's, now that I've been back here in the physical experience, in my body, in the ego, whatever what you want to call it, in my mind, it's I can feel it. It's harder to understand that and feel that, but I know that that's definitely what I felt during the experience. And if I were to bet any money on what's actually true, I would go for that rather than any things that come from the very limited sensations and everything that we have in this body. Anyway, I felt great. I had no fear, and I was just saying thank you, thank you, thank you, just like super fucking fast, like that, and it was just vibrating more and more intensely, and the feeling was just getting better and better and better. If you could say thank you all the time without stopping, like that, that is what nirvana or whatever you want to call it. It's like that is feeling absolutely amazing. So our mission really is to be here now and be grateful for being here now, and that's it. And when you do that, you love yourself automatically, or maybe if you love yourself first, you do that automatically. I don't know which way it is. I think it just all seems to go together somehow. Our mission here is to love ourselves, be here now, and be grateful for being here now. So I've been practicing this. I had a habit that's been kind of hard to get rid of, but it looks like if I want, I'm already rid of it. And fantastic, really. I thought I'd never get rid of that. And something that was draining a lot of my energy and time. And now when that habit comes up, I just say, no, I'm not going to do that. Be here now. I say it to myself, be here now and be grateful for being here now. And that's it. And I'm going to do that every single time until that fucking thing completely goes away. And so today I've been practicing a lot of gratitude because I know that's key. I know now, I really, really know now that that's absolutely key. That's what centers you back. That's what brings you back, is the gratefulness. And it is something that we can do. We can choose our thoughts and we can practice to be grateful. And so today I was doing it at the gym where I was sweating and suffering, and I was like, I'm grateful for, what, push-ups, I'm grateful for this, whatever I was doing, stuff that I hate. Wall ball, fucking hell, I hate wall ball. And I was just saying, I'm grateful for wall ball, I'm grateful for wall ball every time I say, and just, I don't know, I must have found somewhere with at least 50 things to say and be grateful for while I was at the gym. And while I was skipping on the rope, something I don't really enjoy, and when I started, I was like, I couldn't do it at all. It was terrible. It's like I would do one, have to start again, do two. Right? It was awful. Luckily I kept at it. Anyway, I've never done it so good as today. It was incredible. It was incredible. It was like 2-3 times better than usual, much, much quicker. And I got the rhythm, and then I would just speed it up, speed it up, speed it up, speed it up. For other people, it's nothing, right? I'm not saying it's any fantastic achievement compared to other people. It's certainly not. See the other guys doing it, and like, fuck, yeah. But for me, today I was doing stuff that yesterday was impossible. I thought I couldn't do that, and it just happened by itself. It was there. It's as if more barriers have somehow come down. I can feel it, that not all down, and it is going to require a very conscious and continuous effort to cultivate the love, as my mum says, because I tend to fall into judgment and all that shit very easily. And especially my brother My brother's in a depression, or thinks he is. I mean, he feels bad. I don't like to use the word depression. And certainly not a disease. As you can see, I've done a video about that. Depression is definitely not a disease. You should never call it that. You call it that, you're shooting yourself in the foot. I mean, it's just completely counterproductive. And anyway, so he's feeling low, and for the past 2.5 years, all I've ever seen him is go down, 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 and me, I've been going up, 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 up. I've had some ups and downs, but essentially the trend is like that. I've now, I'm exercising like I thought I'd never do in my life, and I think this is just the beginning of it. I'm losing blubber, my weight's stable, so I'm putting on muscle. I'm getting better. And he just continues to refuse all of the things that I've done that have helped me get better. I mean, I don't understand it. So I know that all I have to do, in a way, is kind of, just not deal with it. Just love myself, be the best me I can, be grateful for being me, be grateful for being here, be in the moment, and that's it. I don't have to deal with that. It's only him who can fix it, and me, by judging him, not helping at all, not helping. And the first time I did Toad, I was crying and said sorry that I judged you and stuff, but I fell back into it, and so you have to make this conscious daily effort and decision, and make it a habit to not judge. When you've had a lifetime habit of judging, well, you probably need to find a way to make a lifetime habit of not judging. You just replace one habit by the other. Like if you've got a habit of laying on the sofa watching TV, eating crisps and chocolate all day, well, you need to make a habit of not being on the sofa and not watching TV and not eating crisps and chocolate all day. It is that simple. So one of the things that came to me when I was there was that I would say to the people that mean the most to me, I would say to them every day that I love them, and I think I'm supposed to say that they're perfect as they are and I accept them as they are, something like that. And well, so today I called my dad, left a message, and I said, and my dad have a very difficult relationship because he's full-blown victim, doesn't love himself one bit. Can't believe that I don't know. Anyway, so I left a message to him, and I said to him, love you, Dad, always did, always will, no matter what. Left the same message for my brother, said something a bit along those lines to my mother. It seems a bit trickier for me to say it to my mother, but I'm going to make it a habit until it's not difficult for me to say that, until it's a habit for me to say that, till it's a habit for me to say it easily, because that's essential, that's key. And there's also my girlfriend and my stepdaughter. And yesterday I hugged my stepdaughter. When I got back, I hugged her, told her that I love her, always will, and that she's perfect the way she is. And she was like, okay. But that's it. And I said the same thing to my girlfriend. So I need to keep my promise to myself and do that every day. So today I'm gonna do that, and I'm just gonna make it a fucking habit. And yeah, it gets me out of the comfort zone because it seems easier just to not do that, but it seems also further from the truth. Toad reminds us of who we are. We're unconditional love, first for ourselves, and from that love, unconditional love from ourselves, flows unconditional love to others. And that's it. And need to find more ways, or just ways to contribute. It's very, very important. Um, yeah. So that's it. That's all I can think of right now. But oh, and also today, when I was listening to music, it just felt more inspiring, and uh, it just felt as though I got more musical creativity in me after doing these things. I need to find ways for that to not fade. Anyway, take care. I hope you're well, whoever you are, wherever you are. And yeah, I have no advice to give you. You already know. We already have everything inside. Everything we need is right there. It's right there. We just need to see it, love ourselves, love it, be grateful, be here now, be present. That's all.